Who has watched the Adolescence? All the actors and some of the crew got drugged.
Jackie Chan has broken over 200 bones in his body throughout his career. By the way, I love obsessed people.
I mean, Tom Cruise.
Say wallah.
Wallah. He looked like ill.
Hi, how are you? So nice to meet you. This is the last time I'm gonna be nice to you.
He was surviving on a diet of 1 apple and 1 can of tuna a day.
She doesn't wear the character, she eats the character.
Okay, Rahab. I have a question for you.
Go on.
How would you react if I told you that in one of the movies that you're starring, it's a horror movie, by the way, there are real skeletons?
Like
human skeletons being used instead of fake ones. How would you react?
Like I would be around them? I would not do it. I would be scared. What the hell? What is that?
Can you believe it that it's a real thing that happened in Poltergeist? Because it was cheaper than creating some fake ones, like plastic ones.
Are you joking? Is that even ethically allowed? Like,
I don't know.
Where
about
did
ethically,
they find human
right?
skeletons?
I don't.
Genuinely, where did they find them?
I didn't go too much into detail, but how crazy is that?
Would you do it?
I mean, I think they didn't really have a choice. They were there already when they started.
I would rather, like, if they're gonna do it anyways, I would rather not know. Because I did have a scene once with a skeleton, so I can only imagine what it would be like if it was
to have a real one,
human dead person's skeleton.
Right?
Bismillah.
I know. So today, starting strong, we are gonna be talking about the craziest facts about the film industry. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Are you ready?
You know, I've prepared so many things for Billy, and you're genuinely gonna lose your brains.
Oh my
God.
God.
Are gonna lose. I'm so excited to tell you. Like, we have our laptops today. The guest of the episode is our laptop, and we just have so many things prepared.
Nice.
Okay. So since you told me something that is true, but like for me it's completely unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna test you out, and I'm gonna test you guys out. I'm gonna play a game with you called 2 Truths 1 Lie. Okay. Where I tell you, like, I'll tell you three facts about the film industry.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me which one you feel like is a lie.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
2 truths, 1 lie.
I'm ready.
Okay. The first one. Okay. There was a major Hollywood film once lost. There was a major Hollywood film once lost an entire finished movie because someone accidentally deleted it. Okay, that's number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, one of the most Oscar-winning performances was actually AI generated. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3 is the most expensive prop ever made for a film was a real, fully functional space station.
A what?
A real, fully functioning
PlayStation.
No. Space station.
Oh, wait. Okay, so one of them is
a lie. Which one is the lie? Wait. Before you answer, please write in the comments below which one you think is the lie.
I'm crying.
Okay.
I think
it's difficult, this one. I wasn't able to tell.
the third one is the lie.
Which one
the
is the third
PlayStation?
How did you
the
know?
space station. Is it?
How did you know? How did you know? I wouldn't have guessed that.
I mean, which one would you have guessed?
I thought it was the Hollywood film that got accidentally deleted. Because how would they accidentally delete a
I mean, there's a lot of crazy
film?
people in the world, you know?
Yeah, but I just...
Disorganized.
True. This was, by the way, to Toy Story 2. That film that got deleted.
Wow.
But because there was one of the workers, she had a maternity leave. So she had to work from home. So she had an extra copy at her house computer. So if she wasn't on maternity
Toy
leave,
Story wouldn't have existed.
Toy Story 2 wouldn't have existed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then the Oscar-winning performance was actually AI generated. It's true. Like,
I can imagine that.
AI, and they got best actor at the Oscar.
What, like an AI agent?
No, like one of the actors used AI for their performance, and they got an Oscar.
Is that
I'm not sure.
I
but
think
like,
it must
it's
be
a fact.
Okay.
The one that they used.
What was the name?
I don't remember the name. I just remember that there was an actor who used AI to enhance the accent.
Their accent of the yes.
Yeah, but they made it seem very like human.
Like real, of course.
very humanly, so that they could hide it better. But like you can't have.
That's
these
crazy.
things. Yeah.
Well, I guess I win.
You win. Oh my god, how did you win?
Are
oh my
you,
god, I'm so
are you
mad.
ready for yours?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I've got a
I'm so
few.
bad at this game, guys. Like, I'm like genuinely so bad.
Okay, let me find. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
1. A-list actors are secretly banned from bringing their own stylist to the Oscars.
Okay.
2. A Hollywood director once replaced an entire lead actor with CGI because they were too difficult on set.
Okay.
3. An actor once walked off a movie set and never returned, forcing the studio to change the whole script.
These are all very, very believable. What was one again?
The first one is A-list actors are secretly banned from bringing their own stylist to the Oscars.
They're also believable. I mean, it would make sense because no one ever gets gets styled on their own on the Oscars. And the second one is CGI. No, very believable. The third one is also believable, but like, why would they change the script?
Which one do you go for? TikTok.
Okay, wait. Eeny, meeny, miny. Okay.
No, you can't do that. That's not fair.
The first one? Is it the third one? Is it the first one?
You got it right.
Yes! I can sleep good at night.
So how crazy is this? A lead actor, Kevin Spacey, was fully replaced by CGI in All the Money in the World.
Oh my god!
I guess we can imagine why, right?
Yeah. I kind of like, I believed that because I remember when Paul Walker died, and they had to use CGI for the season afterwards.
Yeah.
They used his brother as an actor.
Oh, wow.
And then they used CGI to make it look more like Paul Walker.
Imagine having your brother like pass away and then acting in a movie that he
and
was
pretending to be him.
I could never.
Really?
I don't think I could.
I do know 2 twin actors.
Yes.
I've worked with them before. I've worked with one of them before. They kind of do that. Like, they're twins, they
they're
look
still
the same.
alive.
Yeah.
There's a big difference there.
There's a big difference. But like, if, for example, if one of the guys is busy and the other has to do a reshoot, he'll just send his brother.
That makes sense.
That's how insane is that?
Oh, just remember, I know 2 twin guys as well that do exactly the same, and because they don't want to have any competition between them, everything that they earn, they split it equally.
That's so cool.
That's so cool, right?
I mean, I get it, but also I don't.
I know. I mean, they literally look like identical.
Do they always work together?
No, that's the thing. Like, when they don't work together, they decide
that's very smart, actually, because like, obviously your competition will be someone who looks
literally
exactly
like you. Like your brother will be your competition. That's
okay,
funny.
that makes sense.
So then a lead actor, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Spacey? Is that how you pronounce it? Kevin Spacey? Do you know who he is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Was fully replaced by CGI in All the Money in the World, and Marlon Brando walked off set during the island of Dr. Moreau, forcing a script renew.
Script renew is believable. I mean, so many times, if the director, sometimes, okay, this is so interesting. Sometimes a director will be like, I will choose the talent solely based off how well we get along, because they want the set to be easy and fun. And sometimes the directors will be like, I don't care who you are, I just care that on the screen you're a star.
Yeah.
So maybe the director went in that case and then found out that they can't really deal with it. Yeah.
I know. I don't know the story behind fully.
Yeah.
But it's quite crazy, right?
Very crazy, honestly.
Okay. I have another one. Or
yeah?
do you want to go first?
No. Go. Another 2 truths, 1 lie?
Yes.
Okay, I don't have another one.
Okay, I've got another one. Okay, you ready? A horse was given an actual Oscar for acting in an old Western film. 2. A man legally changed his name to Harry Potter to get casted in a movie. 3. A famous actress once got stuck in a toilet on set and had to be rescued by the crew. Which one is the lie?
Okay. Third one, super believable. Second and first feel more like... Okay, first one feels like completely like a lie, so I think it's a truth. So you're just trying to throw me off. What was the second one again?
A man legally changed his name to Harry Potter to get casted in a movie.
Number 2.
Why are you so good at this?
What to do? I'm smart.
Oh, that's annoying. But how crazy is that? The toilet.
How did the
a
horse
horse-
get
a
horse
horse.
got an Oscar and I didn't?
I
A horse got an Oscar and it took Leonardo DiCaprio like what 10 years to get an Oscar.
Literally.
What?
So many crazy like stars still don't have an Oscar right now, and a horse did. I mean,
Why?
it would be
What
quite
did he
interesting
do?
to. It would be quite interesting to know what special did the horse do.
I
right?
feel like it was
must
just
have done
a
something
smart
crazy.
horse. Or
Yeah.
maybe it cried or something. Like, what's the craziest thing a horse
a horse
can do?
I honestly don't know.
A human emotion, no? Like something a human.
We should
only can
definitely look into that
Yeah.
and have a look at what the actual
Yes.
horse did.
do. I'm as soon as we're done, I'm
We're
gonna.
gonna googling.
Why is a horse? What is a horse? Who got the money? Wait, do they get money for Oscars?
No, they just get the.
Yeah. But
By the way, do you know that it's not real gold?
really,
Mhm.
what is it? Stainless steel.
It's gold plated, but it's
Okay,
not like.
at least it's gold plated.
Yeah, but
Well,
you
you
will
would think-
expect
you would
the
think the
Oscars you will
Os-
get
yeah.
the real gold, right? It's not.
Speaking like of movies and the amount of crazy things that happen behind the scenes, there are things that actually make the final cut. So as much as there's a whole huge crew of people watching over a certain show or a movie to make sure everything is perfect, there are always insane movie mistakes.
Oh yes.
So do you have like any stories about that?
Yes.
Tell us.
Have you ever seen? I mean, I actually saw these. I personally enjoy watching movies
Yeah.
and finding the little mistakes
Because
of
you're
like.
an actress.
Yes, I'm always like, oh, that's a mistake there.
Yeah.
The hair should have been in the other side.
Yeah.
Or that baby is not a real baby. I
Yeah.
see you.
I see
And I
you. And we
enjoy
know,
doing that so much.
We know what to look for.
Yes.
Because we know the secrets, you know?
My boyfriend always like, oh, Billy, just watch the movie and shut up. I'm like, okay, sorry. But in my head, I'm like, I got you. So this is actually one of the crazies that I've seen. In Game of Thrones, did you see the Starbucks cup
Yeah.
on the table?
Yeah. Oh my
How
God.
crazy is that?
Oh my God. That's insane.
I feel like the script supervisor must have got like fired after that.
For sure, because they got sued insane amounts of money. Insane amounts of money.
By Starbucks?
I don't know by who, but they got sued for some reason.
Yeah, it makes
I mean,
sense.
like, Starbucks must have made so much money after that. Because their
I mean,
cup
free,
is in
free
Game of
advertisement.
Thrones. What the hell?
Yeah.
Free advertisement, honestly, yeah.
Do you have any?
I just want to explain to them what continuity is.
Oh, yes,
Because
good
I don't
idea.
know if everyone knows what it is. Okay, so continuity in filmmaking means making sure that everything stays consistent from one shot to the next. It's basically like if you have a shot of me drinking a coffee, from the next angle, it should be the same amount of coffee drank. It can't be like from this angle, my cup is almost empty, and then from the other angle, my cup is full. So there's usually someone called a script advisor on set to make sure that these mistakes don't happen and to make sure that there is continuity. So
It's basically one of the most, I feel like personally, one of the most difficult things about acting, because you obviously have to be very natural and relaxed and do everything that comes out naturally for you for the scene. But at the same time, you need to make sure that you remember everything that you've done. Like, for example, if you have like a scene where you're eating and drinking, you need to know exactly in which moment you put the fork into your mouth and which moment you ate, then which moment you put the glass back into the
with
table.
which sentence?
With the sentence, exactly. The word, literally the word. So remembering that on top of acting, it's quite difficult. But
Yeah.
thank God that we have script supervisors to
Yes,
help us with that.
That's insane. Imagine if we didn't have script supervisors.
It would be a
Everything
mess.
would
It would
just
be a mess.
all over the place. Because you know, with continuity, it's always like it's about props and makeup, props and costumes, hair and makeup, lighting and background. So, for example, if the sun is so bright in this shot, and for example, a cloud comes, we have to wait for the cloud to pass in order to continue shooting the scene. Otherwise, the lighting is going to be different. There's so many details, and that's why it takes so long to create one scene.
That's so true.
And most people aren't very aware of that. Oh, also actions and movement, as you
Yeah.
said. Are you always able to be aware of that?
I think I try, but it's very difficult.
Yeah.
I feel like the first time I'm not very aware, but then I will ask the script supervisor, and then she will he will tell me, you've done this and this and that, and then I will try and remember.
I'm so happy for script supervisors.
It's literally
Thank you to all the script supervisors in the world.
You make our lives a little bit easier.
True, very true. Okay, so going on from that, the reason I said it is because most of the movie mistakes that happen, they happen because of continuity.
Yeah.
So for example, you have here in the, let's say, in the Avengers, the Endgame 2019 breakfast, there was a breakfast continuity error. In a scene where Hulk is dining with Captain America, Black Widow, and Ant-Man, the top crab on his plate alternates between being whole and cut into two between shots. So like even these small details, I personally, even though I'm in the industry, I try not to focus on that. I just want to enjoy the film.
I know.
Sometimes I'm not able.
It's difficult.
It itches me because I'm like, Especially if there's like a reflection, I want to see if the camera shows.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, can I see the camera through that reflection? And so many times you can see it.
Really?
Yeah, like even like in one of those huge movies. I don't remember. Anyways, it's one of the huge movies. There, you could see the camera and a reflection. You could see the cameraman in another shot. That's so bad.
That's really bad.
That is so bad. Speaking of the Game of Thrones cup, in Squid Game 2.
Don't tell me there's anything bad in Squid Game. That's literally my favorite series.
Listen,
what?
There was literally a whole extra holding their... It wasn't even an extra. I think it was someone from the crew. What? They weren't even dressed as the Squid Game.
What happened?
Someone was just using their phones in the middle of the shot.
No.
I swear. There was
inside of the...
Yeah. It was a scene. I saw the scene. I didn't watch the series yet. I saw it on Instagram. It was a scene, and then someone in the background between all the extras was just holding their phones and just playing.
Did they not have phones inside? No, obviously they didn't have phones
inside. They weren't even wearing the clothes. They were like someone from the crew.
That's crazy.
I bet they got fired.
They probably got fired. Yes. That's crazy.
God, that's insane. How come you hear rolling and you're
then
still
you stay in front?
And how come you hear rolling and you're still Oh my God. How come you say rolling and then you say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 action and how come you see the frame and you see someone in there?
It's crazy. It's not excusable.
And because of the pressure, I mean, it's like a purely human mistake.
Yeah.
Do you have any more?
No, but now that we were talking about like script supervisors and all of these, I told you to watch it. I'm not sure if you have.
No, not yet.
You haven't watched it yet?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Guys, who has watched the Adolescence? Adolescence? Is that how you pronounce it? Adolescence. Yeah. Oh my God. It's a TV series, 4 episodes. It's all shot in one single scene. I can't even like express how insane that TV series is. The main actor has never worked before. He's never done acting before. He got booked for this and he was so good. So good. So many times the director will ask them to improvise if they forget like a line or whatever, because imagine it's like almost an hour each episode. And this guy, like, he saved so many scenes by improvising, by being in the moment. Honestly, I watched it and I was like, my jaw was on the floor the whole time. It's so good, so raw. And also has like, it talks about topics that nowadays are super important. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but the importance of like checking what your kids are watching, making sure that at school, you know, everything is good at school, not ignoring these type of problems. So it's super, super, super relevant. But yeah, we're talking about like script supervising. I wonder how that will work in a movie that is shot like all in one scene. Do you know what I mean? I mean, they'll probably have to have some, but it will work completely different than on a movie that has like many shots for one single scene, right?
Funny enough, I feel like when it comes to continuity, you don't have to worry much about that in an episode like that.
Exactly.
Because you're not going to do any different shots. Yeah. You're not reshooting the same scene from different angles.
You're not. So I guess...
So it's almost like theater if you think about it. You just go and start and take it full on from there. How old is the actor? Is he young?
I think he's like 12, 13. He's so young.
Are you serious?
He's so young. He's so good.
A 12, 13-year-old was who never acted before was able to do that?
I feel like I want to put you a scene.
Do you want? I'll just watch it tonight.
Okay, watch it tonight then.
Yeah.
He's insane. They did like, I think they were rehearsing for 4 weeks. Then the 4 episodes were in 4 weeks as well. And they were doing, I think there's like a list of how many takes it took to do each episode. I think the first one or the second one, they did it on the second scene. So like they did it and they managed to finish it from beginning to the end in the second time. And then I think the fourth episode, they did it in 16 times.
Okay. But 2 takes to
2 takes to do everything. Yeah.
Oh my God. Just 2 takes,
yes.
And he perfected it.
Yeah. No, not him. I mean, it's
like the whole team, the whole team.
Imagine the cameraman. I think that's like the most talented person ever. He must have rehearsed the whole movement around. They even had to put the camera on top of a drone and fly the camera from one place to the other one just to carry on with the sequence. Honestly, insane. You need to watch it.
That sounds so.
You need to watch it.
That sounds intriguing because you know how much I love one-shot scenes.
Yeah.
There was a scene in Monsters where it was one shot. Remember, it was the whole episode was just like one shot, and it was like zooming in or like what was the word? Okay, I'll just use zooming in. Zooming into the actor's face and just getting the camera getting closer and closer and closer, and that was the episode. For me, it's incredible to even think about what the crew goes through behind the camera to make sure that shot is perfect.
Right.
Because if it's not perfect, it's very long and you will have to do it all over again. As you said, the 4th episode took 16 times. How many days of shooting
they were doing 2 takes a day.
2 takes a day.
2 takes a day.
So imagine how many days it took to just shoot
8?
the 4th episode. That's insane.
Is that 8 or 16?
8 days.
Right.
It's basically literally like doing a play over and over and over again, making sure that you don't have any mistakes.
But I hear them talking. Honestly, like I really hope that one day I get casted to do a film like that, because one thing about acting is that you have to always be very like energetic to redo the scenes over and over and over and over and keep the same energy up. I think when you do a episode or a whole film where there's no cuts, your energy is always there because you don't stop. You just go, you do the scene and then you go on to the next one. It's almost like you're living through the episode what's happening. Whereas with acting, I don't know if you guys know that, but like for example, if we're shooting a TV series, we might be shooting the end of the TV series at first, and then we might shooting the first literally the first scene of the first episode at the end, so it's all mixed. There's no like beginning, middle and end. And obviously like you learn how to do that, but it will be, I think, way more interesting to see how to do it from literally beginning to the end in like chronological order. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Like it first of all, you get into the flow, number 1, and then second of all, it's just easier for you, rather than predicting what you might do, you actually do, and then you build upon that.
Yes.
What I mean by that is when I'm doing the end, the last episode as the first day of shooting, I have to kind of predict, because you do the studying, right? So you have to predict how the character will go from beginning to end.
Exactly.
How she's gonna act in this scene, how she's gonna react over here, what's gonna happen to her for her to eventually reach to this point.
So true.
You have to prepare all of that beforehand. So, and still, even though you're prepared, when you go to set, sometimes things come up. And you get creative, you change, or the director changes, or you do things differently. So you're like, oh my God, I shot it in that way in the last episode or the last scene, so it has to make sense.
Yeah.
Even if I want to change it into something better in the middle, I can't anymore unless it fits with the last scene. So it's like, it's a lot of thinking to do. So if you were able to do that, shoot in a chronological order,
I think it would be so interesting. I genuinely think that TV series now is going to like change the film industry a little bit. I think one-shots TV series and films are going to start happening way more now after that.
Which for me is shocking, because right now everyone's attention span is so short, and everyone for the longest time was depending on doing, like in the past few years, I mean, on doing like short scenes, fast-paced,
to get people in.
Yeah, to get people hooked. So I was so shocked. First of all, when I watched the series Monsters, incredible series, incredible. When
I watched that.
Okay, I watch Adolescence
I
and you watch
watched
Monsters.
Monsters.
Promise
Okay, I
tonight.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise. So there was this scene, as I told you, the guy is repeating. No, like, you know, when you're in someone, for example, is in jail.
Yeah.
So they take them to interrogate with them.
Yeah.
So the interrogation process would be you sitting at a table and just saying everything that happened from beginning to end. This man was doing this scene for 40 minutes, speaking as if he's the character, obviously the character, and repeating and saying the entire life story with emotions.
Wait, yeah, of course I've seen it. Is that the Menendez case?
Yes. The Menendez case.
So good.
So imagine how much you have to believe and really live in order for you to say it as if it's your own story and have people believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was so shocked.
So good.
I was so shocked. So, as I was saying, when I started watching that, I was like, I can't believe how hooked I am, even though there are no cuts, even though it's not fast-paced. It's just an incredible actor. Even the camera, even the director, it was very minimal, you know? It was just like the camera moving in. It was all him. So that makes me think of how much it's changing, even though we have very short attention spans now.
That's true.
Right? Speaking of like actor dedication and how...
I think there are some crazy facts about that.
Yeah? Do you have... Go on.
No.
Go on.
Did you wanted to start?
No, I just wanted to open the conversation.
Yeah? About actors' dedication and...
Go on.
No, you go on.
Okay. I'm just so excited about this because sometimes there are like actors and directors. I want to speak also about directors. They take it to the extreme. You see how... Okay, I'm not gonna say my thing now. I want you to start. Like, when are some movies or like who are some actors who took it too far?
I mean, what we need to define first what is too far, because for some people, doing these extreme changes, etc., is literally like part of the job. Yeah, they're happy to do that. I personally don't know if I will be able to like do this like extreme, for example, weight loss or weight gain, just because I don't think that's like super healthy and it might really, you know, altercate your health. But for example, Christian Bale, he lost so much. We're gonna put a picture here of him, how he looked before and after. That I think it was like he lost 50 or 40 kilos for one role for the machinist. And then he put it all back with like a 20-30 kilos on top for the next movie that he did. So he literally had a like 70 kilo weight loss and he put it back on within like less than a year. So imagine how crazy that is and how much that will affect your health, you know, your health and everything. For me, that's too much. Like I understand that if you have to like lose some weight to be in shape for a movie that requires you to be in shape, or if you have to put a little bit of weight on, that's completely fine. That's why we're doing what we're doing. But that, to me, that's next level.
Yeah, that's next level.
That's crazy.
That's too far.
That is too far.
I don't know if I'm willing to do it. I did get in shape for like, not this, no. Like I actually did get in shape for a series once. I had to learn boxing, so I had to be like a fit girl. That's like doable.
That's normal.
Yeah, but then if you're saying completely losing weight and then completely putting it back on.
How many kilos is 60 pounds?
Let me Google. ChatGPT.
He was eating he was surviving on a diet of 1 apple and 1 can of tuna a day.
Yeah, see, that takes a lot of dedication, because imagine if you just want to lose weight on your daily, okay? If you want to go to the gym and like you have to have a lot of discipline. So imagine having to lose that much weight. How obsessed is he with acting?
It's crazy.
By the way, I love obsessed people. I'm obsessed with obsessed people. Yeah. But that's...
The Machinist is so... Have you watched it?
No.
It's so good. Honestly, it's so good. You looked at him and you really think like, What's happened to this man?
It's 27.2 kg.
Okay,
That's,
so it's not 20, but 30
no, that's a
kilos.
lot.
Like that's so much.
That's so
it's
much.
so much. And then he put it all like.
Is he underweight in
multiplied.
the film?
Underweight. He looks like ill, like really ill.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you look at him and you're like,
that could have really.
you literally
gotten
like
him.
see his ribs and you're like, honestly, it's crazy, crazy. I mean, if you eat only one apple and one can of tuna a day, you will look ill.
I won't do that. I don't want to do that.
Do you have any others?
Yeah, I have. Wait. My favorite story. It's not about actor dedication. It's about extreme director dedication.
Okay, go
this
on.
Story, I love it so much. Because where did I put it? Oh my god. Okay, no. I'll say about the actor dedication first. Okay. I love Joaquin Phoenix. He's one of my favorite actors.
He's so good
to ever exist.
I love him too.
And his name was Freddie. He was it was like after World War, and he was having a hard time accepting the reality after the war and so much PTSD and stuff. And the scene was that they put him in a jail cell and then he's just angry, okay? Joaquin Phoenix at that time, I can put a video. Should we put the video?
Yes.
Yeah, let's put the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
None of this was in the script. Wait, you will see now.
Whoa.
This wasn't in the script.
That wasn't on the script. Oh my god, I love that.
And the director just went with it. The director is so good because look at the other actor. He's just like super calm. And he's very good at like handling his emotions. But then the other character, which is Joaquin Phoenix's character, is like all over the place, super impulsive, super animalistic in their action. Okay, that's it.
I love that. He's insanely good.
And that's not the first time that he's done it. Like he's done it so many times. And you know the dance in The Joker?
Yes.
The famous dance in the bathroom,
Yes.
that was also improvised. That wasn't in the script. He added that.
I feel like you either have these instincts or you don't. I feel like instincts can't really be taught. Like you can be a good actor but not have these like insane instincts of like animalistic, as you were saying. There's another scene that it's also insanely good from Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know if you know which one I'm gonna put.
Yeah.
The hand one.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it on because
wait, I don't know. Yes. Oh, by the way, Leonardo DiCaprio is one of my all-time favorite actors.
I feel like we have a very similar taste in actors. Well, I'm gonna put it.
Okay.
For whoever hasn't seen this scene.
You would have the same three dimples in the same place as old Ben.
Look at the blood dripping in his hand now. That's all real.
It wasn't in the script. It's real glass.
It's real. He broke his hand
He hurt his hand.
and he carried on.
And he dealt with it
Yeah.
very realistically. Look at that.
Look at that. Yes.
As any human would.
Yes. I love that the director didn't stop the scene.
Yeah.
He was just like, okay, now you did that, you carry on.
Look, he's just smoking a cigarette.
There is a moment, which I'm going to try and put now a little bit further, where the other actor, I think it's not here. The other actor is not here. But the other actress,
Yeah.
she walks in and sits down, and he takes his hand full of blood and just wipes her hand around her face.
Oh.
Imagine like it's amazing from his side as well, but like from the other actress, how strong you must be to like not see that coming, because at that point she didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
She was just like outside of the scene, walked in, and then surprise.
Do you think it was all in the same take?
Yes, of course.
When she walked in?
I think it might have been, yes, because he had like
Yeah,
his hand full of blood, you know. So
yeah, that's insane.
But yeah,
Oh my God. Honestly.
I love when actors like
I love
carry
that.
on. Something happens and you just like go with it.
And then the director helps you build on that.
I honestly think that's amazing.
I love that. Ugh, I miss acting. I was just acting like a month ago, but I already miss it.
Same.
It's just so much fun.
Same.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay.
There's another oh no, you can tell me the one about the director.
No, that's about the scary BTS.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's another story about Jared Leto when he was doing the role, not the role of the Joker. He was shooting for the Joker.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of his character, but he got so into his character that he will send dead rats and everything to like his co-stars just to like disgust them and give them like the ick. He wouldn't shower. He would literally go to set like stinking and being like the most disgusted self ever. And after that, they weren't very happy to open the door and find like dead rats in front of their caravan.
Oh my God.
I think that's like a very good example of like method acting.
Yeah.
Like, do you know the difference between method acting and like
Yeah.
how what do you think you will be able to like go so far for a role that you like literally become the role?
I'm learning still, and I think there's a long way for me to go to be like whether I want to do this or not. Right now in my life, I don't think I ever want to do that.
No.
I value my own life so much that I don't want to live someone else's life and completely have it take over to the point where I forget who I am.
Yeah.
If I forget who I am, I will figure it out later. But why would I have to go through that? I feel like for me, acting is something that's supposed to bring me joy and supposed to bring me, even if it's a depressive role, it's supposed to bring me joy as Rahab. So why would I bring that to my own life and to the people around me? They have, honestly,
I think that's,
why would they deal with that?
yeah, I think that's like the healthiest way to be able to like separate role and personal life.
Because even
although it will I feel like somehow it will affect you because, you know, being on set for so many hours a day playing someone else's character, it will somehow affect you as well, but you need to be like really strong to then be able to separate once the role is finished.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say, because whether you like it or not, it creeps into your own life. How many times were you doing like an emotional scene and then you go home and you're super angry, and then you're like, Billy, relax.
Yeah, have a shower.
What is up with you? You're not angry. She was angry. She was a bit cuckoo. You're a normal human. You're fine. Relax.
I mean, I can be cuckoo sometimes too, but that's true. Yeah. I think it's very important to be able to separate.
What are the things that you do to separate as an actress?
Good question. I feel like I do a lot of like meditation and I try to like spend time on my own, go for walks, relax. But if I'm honest, like during the period that I'm shooting, I'm kind of like very focused, and I do take a lot of the treats that the character has.
Yeah.
Once it's finished, it's finished. Like it might take me a few days or week or whatever to come back to be me. But once it's finished, I have no problems to like be Billy again.
I know the reason why I'm smiling is because I saw that with my own eyes on set. Listen, on set, I just like to have fun. As much as obviously for me, I like to work, but I'm never able to do good work unless I'm having fun. It's something that is in me. I'm happy with it. It works for me, okay? So I'm always like super playful with Billy. And then when I'm on set and I'm trying to like play with Billy and she's just like super serious, I'm like, oop. Okay, so sorry. You're in your working girl era. Okay. Okay, girl.
That's so true though. I feel like when I'm in work mode,
you're just
I literally have got like a tunnel vision.
Guys, she's just like, I swear to God, she will not hold her phone. You will just find her in a corner, funny. Just like, yeah. The way that I deal with nerves, I just go and I play with everyone. I annoy everyone. If no one is playing with me, I'll make a TikTok. I can't sit still. I cannot.
That's good.
I'll go read my script. I'll do whatever. I can't sit still. You're just like,
it was the same when I used to compete in karate. Before the competition, like I remember I had to fly from one island to the other one to do like the canoeing competition, and we always had to wake up really early in the morning, so like 4:35 to get a flight to go to the other island. And I remember my parents were always like kind of trying to make me, you know, be happy and excited to go there. And I was like, every morning I will wake up like, Mom, Dad, don't talk to me today. And I was like 12, you know, don't talk to me today. I'm an athlete. And I would just like think about, I'm an athlete. That's it.
I'm
nothing else than that. So don't make me laugh. Don't
Billy,
make me
don't talk to me.
No, yeah.
I'm an athlete. What goes on through your head genuinely?
Literally, I play myself winning over and over and over and over.
That's so nice. That's visualization.
I'm yeah.
And do you win usually? Oh. Okay, with a girl.
I won a few times.
Oh, a few times. She maybe won like.
Then I lost a few times as well.
Okay, about you won. You're an athlete.
Not anymore. I used to be.
You're an actress.
Now I'm an actress.
And what goes through your mind when you're just like
doing the scene properly and right?
And you're visualizing the scene. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I wish I'm able to do that.
Everyone has their own techniques.
Yeah, honestly,
so
everyone has their own techniques. I tried to do that, by the way. I tried to like sit aside and be quiet.
It's not you.
It's not me at all.
That's
I got
the
depressed.
Leo in you.
The Leo in me was like, I want to play and I want attention. No!
You know what would be so funny for
What?
like maybe next episode if we found out techniques of big actors that they used to like to prepare before because I can imagine that there's some crazy preparations.
Yes. Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada, she did method acting. She went to Anne Hathaway on the first day of like rehearsals, and she was like, "Hi, how are you? So nice to meet you. This is the last time I'm gonna be nice to you." And she was not nice.
Wow.
The entire shoot. And then Meryl Streep went on an interview and she said, I will never do method acting again because I saw how much people have fun on set, and I was never able to like be involved in that.
Yeah, because
so she was like, I missed all the fun, and I'm never doing it again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so imagine Meryl Streep said that.
If she says that,
she's my icon in acting. Like when it comes, listen, I know when Angelina Jolie is our icon.
Okay.
I know. But like when it comes to like
the power
and like
yeah.
characters and how like into the character a person is, Meryl Streep. Sorry babes, Meryl Streep. Did you see The Devil Wears Prada? Did you see Julie and Julia?
She's insane.
She doesn't wear the character. She eats the character.
Yeah.
She's the character.
That's so true.
Oh my god, I want to meet her.
I still prefer Angelina Jolie.
Okay,
Shouldn't I say that?
That's fine.
Okay, but yeah, I think she's amazing. I love her. Do you have any more?
Have you met any fame? Because you come from Europe. I met some amazing celebrities in the Middle East. Have you met any celebrities?
I met Angelina Jolie. And since
دقيقة.
Okay, the giga.
دقيقة means 1 minute.
Yeah.
دقيقة.
That's my favorite word in Arabic.
دقيقة. You met Angelina Jolie.
I did.
You're lying.
No.
Say wallah.
Wallah. Yeah. I mean, did I tell you that when I started like learning about acting, etc., I was doing like small roles here and there for like huge productions and like some extra work. So I met her in one of these shoots. And just before she was shooting in London, she was shooting in Fuerteventura, which is where I'm from. So that day I saw her, she was there. Honestly, she was wearing this like white dress and she looked like an angel. I was like, you must have fallen from the sky. How am I so lucky to be in your presence right now? And I was like, okay, Billy, this is probably like your once lifetime opportunity to go and talk to your idol. So I was like, hi, Angie. I love you. Did you like Fuerteventura? And I was so
What did she say?
awkward. She's like, hi, yes. How do you know? I was like, I'm from Fuerteventura. And then she was telling me how much she liked Fuerteventura. But I was literally like...
Were you able to sleep after that?
I did. Probably better because that's it. Now I take my dream in life. Now I can die in peace.
Is she as majestic as...
Even more. Honestly, I was like blown away. She is incredible.
I'm so jealous of you right now. I've never been jealous of you. And right now, I am so jealous of you. Angelina Jolie.
And then I have another funny story.
And You met someone else who is as famous.
Yeah, I met Tom Cruise.
Okay.
We're
done for today.
wait. But
Yeah.
the like it was even more awkward than when I met Angelina Jolie.
Okay, I want to know the
Because
story.
I was wearing heels all day. So I sat down, I took my shoes off, I took my heels off, and I was so tired. I started like massaging my feet.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, this hurts so much. And then the director of Mission Impossible and Tom Cruise walked right next to me. And they were like, hey, how you doing? You've been doing great today. And I froze. They were literally like there. And I was massaging my feet. And my immediate answer was to say, hey, yeah, I'm good. I'm here chilling with my feet. Silence. They didn't say anything. They just walked off.
That's the worst thing you could say. No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm here chilling with my feet. What's wrong with me? Honestly.
See, at least I think Tom Cruise is gonna remember you after that.
Yeah,
I bet he's never heard that sentence before.
He probably like cancelled.
No, I bet he's never heard that sentence before. So I bet he'll never forget you.
Thank you. I love you too. Who did you meet?
Not Tom. I'm not gonna say after Tom Cruise and
No.
Angelina Jolie.
Say it.
No, they're famous, but like they're not Angelina Jolie. When I will meet someone like Angelina Jolie, I'll
There's no one
say-
like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, true. When I meet Meryl Streep,
Okay.
please God.
Ojalá. Another word.
Oh, another word.
Ojalá.
Finally, you're teaching us Spanish. Tell them what it means.
Ojalá, it's similar to inshallah, but in Spanish.
And what does inshallah means?
God's willing.
God's willing.
Yes.
Good job, baby. Good job.
Ojalá doesn't mean exactly God's willing, but it's like hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Ojalá I meet Meryl Streep. Ojalá I act with
ojalá.
Meryl Streep. Oh, imagine if I act with...
You will.
Babes, I could die peacefully after
I
that.
know, right?
If I act
I
with
know.
Meryl Streep.
One day.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Ojalá. No,
Talking about Tom Cruise, should we talk about a few of his stunts?
Yeah, tell me.
Because I think it's super important to mention the crazy length that this man, you can either like it or not,
Yes.
but this guy is next level stunt.
True,
He's probably like the most talented stunt actor that ever existed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you a few scenes that he did that completely blew my mind. Look at this guy. Look at
62 years old.
yeah. Look at that. Right? Okay,
Wow.
okay. This is nothing compared to. Look at this. You're not gonna believe it.
This man has no fear.
Look at that. Look at that.
Is this real?
See? By the way, that's the director who I said chilling with my feet. How insane is that? Right?
Now I want to do that. Now I want to do that, Billy. Billy, I want.
I'm gonna show you another
There's
one.
more?
Okay?
There's more?
This is just like I'm showing you stunts, but this
Okay.
is not
Not
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
This it's for James Bond.
Okay.
Like an old James Bond, not one of the
Remakes.
no, one of the present ones.
Yeah, remakes.
Remakes? No, one of the latest ones.
Okay.
I feel like we need that dictionary here with us. all the time.
We just need like someone who will just like give us
Help
words.
us.
Yeah.
We're gonna be looking at you
Who-
now
who-
from now on to give us some. Okay, so real crocodiles. We're gonna talk about that. This guy had to go from one side of the river to the other one Okay, to start with, I don't agree with anything that has to do with real animals on set. I completely think that's like really bad, and thank God there are starting to have some regulations that changes that.
Okay.
But back then there wasn't as many. So he had to jump from one side of the river to the other one on top of crocodiles' heads. He had to do it 5 times.
Huh?
5 times. He's not the real James Bond. That's one of the stunts. But you ready? You're joking. Look at that.
I don't know if you could ever pay me enough to do something like that.
Look how long was his... Look.
He could die right now. He could lose a leg in the process.
I mean, he's got three
Crocodiles.
crocodiles trying to eat him.
How much do you think they paid him?
Not enough.
Not enough for sure.
He had him! And then... Right?
This for me is
Worse than the Tom Cruise one.
beyond human limits, you know? Like the Tom Cruise one, maybe he's in his heart, maybe he's a stuntman. You know, there are
Yeah.
people who just like to walk on the edge
Right,
of like
of life, yes.
the highest building in the world and like jump from a from an airplane with a
Yeah.
parachute. There are people like that. Maybe he is that at heart and he's a good actor. But something like that, it's not okay.
Because you
It's
like
not
you
okay.
trust in the crocodiles to not kill you, basically.
4 crocodiles, not just one.
Also, how do you get all the crocodiles in line so well?
Right, I was thinking, how long did it take them to do that?
They must have had such a big headache after him jumping on their head all the time. Poor crocodiles.
No, like this is, and as you said, there weren't many regulations at that time, so there wasn't really someone training the crocodiles and like bringing nice crocodiles. They were most likely real crocodiles from the wild. I mean, you know, wild ones, not trained.
Yeah. Crazy.
Crazy, very very crazy. Did you know? Speaking of like the people in history who actors in history who's done amazing stunts, Jackie Chan.
Oh.
Jackie Chan has broken over 200 bones in his body throughout his career.
That's
200
insane.
bones!
He broke his head as well.
How many
his
bones
skull.
do we have in the body? Let me ask ChatGPT.
He broke his skull.
Let me see. So how many bones? The human bone as an adult has 206 bones. So he
broke 200.
He broke 200
How?
of his 206 throughout his entire
Okay,
career.
that's insane.
Yeah, so it's like fractured skull, broken fingers, shoulders, ribs, ankles, even pelvis.
That's absolutely
A
insane.
permanent hole in his head from one of his worst injuries. He's obsessed. See, these people are like obsessed. I love obsessed people.
Yeah.
But like you're okay. Everyone has values in life. Okay, maybe his main value in life is to be an amazing actor. Maybe.
As crazy as possible.
Like as the craziest actor to ever exist, the most actor who's done stunts to ever exist. Maybe that's like a value
Fair
within
enough.
him. Because for me, one of my main values in life is like health. So for me, health comes before acting. If I have to compromise my
Your
health,
then
I might not do it. You know, I will
I
not.
agree.
Because otherwise, if I'm not healthy, if I don't have a healthy body, how am I gonna act? So
I mean, apparently you can.
apparently you can after breaking 200 bones. Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, you
Mashallah,
crazy
mashallah.
man.
Okay, so speaking of like this, the video that you just showed me of the crocodiles, for me, the behind the scenes must have been so scary for everyone, not just the guy doing the stunt.
Yeah.
But have you ever heard of like scary behind the scenes to the point where everyone started like going crazy? Because,
Yes, I did hear one.
which one?
No, you go first.
Tell me, is it
No,
maybe it's the same movie?
Is it like the biggest movie to ever exist?
One of
Titanic?
no.
Okay.
It was. It was.
Do you know what happened? Okay.
There was scary BTS. What
They got
happened?
drugged. They got drugged. The people on like all the actors and some of the crew got drugged. They had to be like evacuated from the Titanic. And we still don't know what happened and who did it or anything, but they like ate or drank something that like drugged them.
Imagine if someone had an allergy to that drug or something.
Literally.
Someone could have died.
Yeah.
And then when you're drugged, you could do crazy things. So imagine the amount of things that could have happened.
Literally.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Honestly, the biggest movies in history always have the craziest behind the scenes. For example, you know The Shining?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite horror films.
Okay.
One of the scariest films, in my
it's
opinion,
so good.
to ever
It's so,
exist.
so good.
The director was, honestly, in my opinion, he was insane. He was too dedicated. He took it too far.
Okay, what happened?
First of all, they said that the set of the Shining was haunted. There were so the set of The Shining at L3 Studios in England was rumored to be haunted. Many of the cast and crew members reported strange occurrences, like objects being moved, lights flickering, and eerie feelings of being watched, even when no one else was around. This added to the unsettling atmosphere on set. This reminded me of the time you went to Turkey. And you
I was
stayed in a
literally thinking of
hotel.
that. It was like in the middle of nowhere. There was nothing around, and the hotel was literally just built.
Yeah.
So we went there, and as soon as I stepped in there, I asked the rest of the cast. I was like, guys, is it me? Am I going crazy, or there's like a weird energy here? And they were like, we're feeling it too. So I was like, okay.
You couldn't sleep, right?
And that night I went to my room, and the whole time I was there, I felt like someone was staring at me. And then I couldn't sleep, and I was shooting the day after. So I was like, oh, please just go away, let me sleep. And I was just like praying, like, please go, let me sleep. And the day after, I asked the other cast, and they all said that they had the exact same feeling.
Oh my
that
God.
they were being watched.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like acting in a series or like acting on a project, and then you have to stay in a hotel super far away from your home. You never know what the situation is going to be. So if you're not able to sleep in that hotel, where can you go?
Right.
There's nowhere. There's nothing you can do. Even if you take pills.
There's nothing
we
you can
tried
do.
that before. I tried that before. If I'm scared, if I'm unsettled, and I try to take like sleeping pills, it doesn't work for me because I don't feel good. I will never relax. I will not be able to sleep. Okay, so going back to The Shining, Jack Nicholson was super intense. He's known for his method acting. And for The Shining, he went to extreme lengths to get into character. In one particularly intense scene, Nicholson was actually pushed to the brink of madness. The famous "Here's Johnny" scene wasn't rehearsed extensively. In fact, the door had been prepared with a special breakaway wood, and Nicholson broke it down in one go, which created the authentic reaction of the actress with him in scene.
Wow.
So when he was just like punching,
Yeah,
he's like,
and looking
where's John? And then she was like, ah! She was genuinely scared.
Wow.
And this actress, she was like,
she's so good.
she wasn't good because she chose
She was
to
really
be.
just scared.
Yes, the director was like torturing the cast. What he used to do is he kept the cast in a constant state of anxiety to get authentic reactions, particularly from Nicholson and Duvall. For example, Kubrick purposely made Duvall's character seem weak by shooting some of her more vulnerable scenes repeatedly, which according to Duvall made her feel like she was being tortured. So the torture that you see, the reason why we felt it so deeply when we watched this film was because it was real.
Wow.
It was so real. She was, at one point, she did a scene 127 times.
What? No way.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
يعني she faced extreme stress and exhaustion during the film, and it's honestly, that's too far.
That's I agree.
Way
That's
too
way
far.
too far.
For you to compromise someone's
She said she
mental
felt
health.
torture.
By the way, I don't think she ever acted after that. She couldn't take
can
it
you
anymore.
imagine? Now that you mentioned about torture,
Yeah.
do you know what happened? That is also so crazy. You know the Grinch?
Yeah.
So Jim Carrey, when he had to prepare for that role, he got tortured by the CIA. Literally, he got tortured to get in shape and prepared for the role, because he had to experience some extreme like physical pain for
And
the makeup,
mental.
for the makeup and the prosthetics. So he decided that he wanted to get tortured by the CIA.
No. I remember reading it this way. I remember reading it. He went to the CIA to learn how to deal with torture because putting on the makeup felt like torture. That's how I read it.
It's the same thing, no?
I don't know.
It's kind of the same thing. Torture.
Yeah.
They tortured him
Did they torture him like actually, or
Yeah.
did they taught him how to deal with the torture?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because that's two different. Like, imagine,
If they actually tortured him.
because I know some actors, I don't know them personally, but I've heard of some actors who went extreme lengths. For example, if they're getting prison, they would go to a jail cell for like 30
Right,
days
yes.
to really experience what it's like to be a prisoner.
Yeah. Okay, maybe.
So it could be true
It
that
would-
he
yeah.
did get tortured, but it would make more sense for him
That they
to
learn how to deal with torture.
Yeah,
Yes.
because the makeup.
Still quite crazy that he went to the CIA for that.
Yeah.
Insane.
How do you like? Imagine I'm an actress now. Okay, I have a role like that. How do I just be like, I want to contact the CIA? How
I feel
do
like
you
when
do
you're
that?
I feel like when you're Jim Carrey, you might have some more
Connections.
connections that we do at this point.
True. Okay.
I think
so,
we can do you have more? Or should we wrap it up with
no,
a game?
I want to wrap it up with a game.
Okay.
Because there are so many crazy things that you can do, and there are so many things that you'll be like, I would never do that. So I'll play with you a game
Okay.
of Would You Rather?
Okay.
The first question is customized specifically to you.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. I'm evil, guys. These are
Okay.
her like worst struggles maybe lately. Would you rather be in a film with a lot of intense fight scenes, but where you have to face your fear of sharks, like swim with sharks and do like fight scenes and with sharks?
That's making me cry already.
Or in a film with a language barrier where you have to learn a whole new language while acting?
My brain is just like chick. I mean, isn't that what I did already in the second one?
Yeah, but you said you'd never do it again. Now,
No, I
you?
would do it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you go, girl.
yeah, I would do it
Since she's a queen, that's why. Because she's a queen.
I think like sharks, there's nothing that can get worse than sharks.
For you, what could get worse than sharks?
Sharks.
That's it.
Yeah.
Why are you? I was thinking, like, what is Billy scared of?
Because
Why are you scared of?
because with a shark you can't escape. You're in their natural habitat. Like
Yeah.
try and swim next to a shark. You know, like you're
Listen,
dead.
I saw a TikTok that says just do eye
And you need to
contact.
punch them in the nose, right?
And then,
Yeah.
like, do this with their.
Sure.
So next time you see a shark, just try that. Tell
Okay.
the shark. Hold
Wait,
on a
wait,
second.
wait.
Let me
Look at
try
me.
this trick. I saw this trick on TikTok.
Look at me.
You don't know that I know this trick. You know these TikTok videos. You don't know that I watched this video.
That's so funny. Okay.
Your turn.
Oh, would you rather have your most embarrassing audition tape leaked online or have your worst on-set blooper go viral forever?
Blooper.
I have seen your most
Blooper.
I have seen your most embarrassing one.
You couldn't pay me enough to publish my most embarrassing casting.
Unless you ask for it.
Listen,
very nicely.
how much are you gonna pay? Genuinely, nicely, with force. I don't think you could get it out of me. I can't
Really?
believe I still have it on my phone.
How much will I have to pay you to show it? Like how much would you sell yourself for?
Sell myself for? How much I would sell that video for? Let's make it like 150,000 dirham. Reasonable.
Okay, that's
It's
good.
very reasonable.
That's reasonable.
I'm very humble.
You're not too expensive then.
The video only. Ana not for sale.
video.
Ana not for sale. This not
Ana
for
no.
sale. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I've got. Okay,
Okay.
you go
I
first.
just wanna
You go
say,
first.
I wanna say that. Would you rather do a movie? By the way, I want you guys to play this game with us. So comment down below which one you would rather. Would you rather do a movie with a huge budget but a terrible script, or a low budget indie film with an amazing
Definitely the second one.
Really?
I love indie movies.
Why?
I would much rather act in something that I love than just act in something that has the budget.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing acting because I want to become rich necessarily. I do acting because I love the arts and I enjoy doing it. So without a doubt, the second one.
Oh, nice.
You?
I don't know. I'm thinking, but like most likely the second one.
I
as
think
well.
like if it has a huge budget but it's terrible, it will be so damaging for your career.
True.
You know?
True. If it goes out there.
No.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
couldn't
you're
pay me
right.
enough to act on a really, really bad
True,
thing.
because I did work on things that I didn't really resonate with, and I got paid good money, but I just hated it. And if I had the option, I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
I'm happy I did it at the time because it helped my
Not now.
process. But right now, at this moment, I don't think so.
Okay, I've got a last one.
Tell me.
And then we wrap it up. Okay. Would you rather have to eat real raw meat for a role or get buried alive for a scene?
I already got buried alive for a scene.
Oh, yeah.
I got buried alive.
You did already?
Yeah.
That's so true.
And it was fine for me. The scariest part was just the insect.
That's so true.
Other than that, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
you've
But
done
like
it already.
even raw meat, I eat raw meat. There's a no, wait. There's something called kibbeneye. It's a Lebanese food where they have raw meat, and it's very good. Don't you eat medium steak?
I don't eat meat. So, but like Leonardo DiCaprio, he's vegan and he he ate
Yeah.
raw liver of a bison on The Revenant.
What's a bison?
It's a big animal. Yeah. So.
Oh
I could-
yeah, I remember that scene. Oh my god. There's a lot of things I would do for acting. I'm super scared of insects, you know that. And yet for a scene, I held a 3-meter long snake around my neck.
That's not an insect though.
Yes, like insect and what's it called? Zawahib.
I'm scared of insects and I touched a dog.
Listen, no! A snake, for me, snake is an insect.
not an insect.
What is it called?
Reptiles.
Reptiles. Saying the name makes me gag. I hate reptiles. And I wrapped a 3-meter long snake on my shoulder.
Yes, baby.
I put a picture here. Or maybe here, I don't know.
Whatever.
The editor, whatever you like. But yeah, there's a lot of things I would do for acting.
That's
genuinely.
good.
You? Would you?
Yeah, I would as well. A lot of things that I wouldn't do either. But yeah. I wouldn't like lose 40 kilos and put on 40 kilos. I probably don't know if I will eat a raw bison liver.
Would you jump from a plane like Tom Cruise?
I did it already.
Ooh.
Without getting paid, so yeah.
Yeah, you paid actually.
I
to
paid
do
for
that.
it.
We're cool, man.
We're cool.
We're cool. To wrap it up, these are some insane facts about some BTS of the film industry. Please, if you have any cool BTS that you want to share with us, in the comments down
And
below.
also let us know which one was your favorite, the one that you didn't know and it blew your mind. Because when we first read these, I couldn't believe some of them.
Me neither. And now hearing you say them out loud and saying them out loud, it makes me go like, oh,
Actors are crazy.
actors are crazy. They're obsessed.
They're crazy.
This was Billy Bod.
And this is Rahab Alatar.
Please make sure to subscribe and like and share and turn on the notifications bells.
And we'll see you again next week.
We love you.
Bye.